What's good, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Out of Touch podcast. So, technical difficulties here. So, June 6th, it goes down. We got Logan Paul and we got Floyd Money Mayweather. Two names that I never saw saying in the same sentence, but here we are. And say what you will about Floyd Mayweather, he is 50-0, and you cannot mention boxing without mentioning Floyd Mayweather. It's going to be it's a very, everybody's saying this fight is boring or this boxing match does not make sense, but to me it actually sort of does make sense, and I'm going to tell you why. In one hand, you have the best ever. The best ever. I have my own qualms with Floyd, but you have basically a man who is 50-0, has never been beat, going into a ring with a YouTuber who is essentially never had a real professional fight, and they're going to go at it. If there's an upset in the universe and Floyd manages to get beat, he gets beat by a YouTuber, at least he would have went out with some type of, I guess, dignity. Like if he would have rematched, Conor McGregor, or if he would have came out of retirement and boxed somebody who is an actual boxer. But we have Logan Paul, who is a brand new professional boxer, essentially making a professional debut to box the best ever, Floyd. And it's weird because there's this dynamic where part of me does not want to see Floyd get knocked out, because then, if anything goes after that, if Floyd, the best to ever do it, the highest paid athlete of all time, he's the highest paid non-contract athlete of all time. He gets paid $300 million for one night of work. That's one night. He's not a contract fighter. He shows up for one match and that's it. He does whatever he wants. And then if there's in this dynamic, if he somehow gets knocked out by Logan Paul, you don't want that to happen, because he's representing boxing. He represents the boxing community. Floyd does. But at the same time, he runs his mouth all day long. He's constantly running his mouth about how he's, amazing. He's the greatest. All this money. He shows off everything that he has. Money is what actually makes a man. And that's definitely not the issue. That's not the truth at all. Money does not define who you are as a man. But apparently to him, that's what it is. But regardless of that, it's weird, in this one dynamic, because he's representing boxing, you don't want to see him get knocked out. And at the same time, he does that. He's like a little chihuahua, yippee yippee yippee, just will not shut up. And you almost want to see him get knocked out again, because he's talking all his crap like he always does. And I don't know, man, it just, to me, a lot of people are saying that this boxing match is boring and it doesn't make sense, but to me it makes the most sense. You've got a guy risking his whole legacy against a YouTuber, where if he would have went out if he would have lost to a boxer or an MMA fighter, he at least would have had some type of respect behind it. But if Logan manages to win, upsets the universe, and somehow manages to win, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and let's see. It all goes down June 6th. We find out what happens. So stay tuned, and we'll be back to talk more about it later. Thank you once again for listening and watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video.